Welcome back, Framework Fortune community and new viewers, and welcome to Liam from Confident in Crypto, our good friend over in the UK, and welcome to his community. Liam, how are you doing today?
Doing great, Ben. Doing great. Glad to be talking with you again.
Absolutely, man. We always learn a lot from each other, and that's a great thing. Like just before we hopped on here, you were teaching me some stuff about YouTube that I didn't know. So that's always nice. That's why I like to talk to other people and network because you never know what you're going to learn
Yeah,
from somebody else. So,
absolutely. And even my followers, probably your followers, always have some information for us as well.
oh
And that's what's
yeah,
great about
yeah,
the
exactly,
communities.
exactly. It's all
Yeah.
about building community. So that way we're all together in this war of wealth, as I like to call it. But yeah, let's talk about some cryptos, man. First, I want to talk about. I know you just covered this. I saw it on your stream popping up.
Yeah.
Elon and Dogecoin and Bitcoin and all of that. What the hell is going on? Just give us the short nut of it.
Well, there's so much to it, but yeah, just to keep it nice and short, basically, what's going on is Elon's come out and said on his Twitter. Well, let's go right back to the beginning. So,
Okay.
Elon said, yeah, I mean, there's so much to it. So he came out and said that Tesla had bought Bitcoin. Everyone knows
Hmm.
that Tesla put Bitcoin on their balance sheet, and Elon came out in support of cryptocurrency. And then what's happened recently is A, they sold a little bit of Bitcoin a while back, Tesla, but B, what's happened most recently is Elon's come out and said there's some environmental impact issues with the Bitcoin network. So he's gone from a stance of being supported with Bitcoin to seemingly a stance against Bitcoin, and that's rolled up the community. So a lot of people are currently unhappy with him. Bitcoin price is unhappy with him, as we've seen a little bit of a crash in the short term, and everyone's a bit unsure about where things are going now. So there's a little bit of tension, a little bit of fear, and we're just seeing it all play out right now.
And now he's kind of looks like he's back in Dogecoin after the little Bitcoin drop. He's saying, like Dogecoin may be stabler if they can do this, this, and this. Didn't the Dogecoin originators leave that project? Hasn't it been abandoned, or is somebody else took it over now?
I'm actually not too sure, really. I don't follow Dogecoin in any real depth. Essentially, Dogecoin is a fork of Litecoin. So it's a copy of Litecoin, and Litecoin's a copy of Bitcoin. So um, anything Bitcoin has an issue with, Dogecoin also has an issue with. And you're right, Elon did say he'd been working with some developers at Dogecoin. He made a tweet about it. Um, but we don't really know how much is being done there. And like you say, I'm not even sure these same developers are still there from when they started. So
Okay,
yeah,
that's what I was kind of
take what you want from
wondering.
that.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering about that because I haven't seen anything on it, and I know there's rumor, I guess, of Elon maybe taking over the Dogecoin project. Is that a possibility? Is that something he can do? Because I don't really understand how you can take over a decentralized uh, project like that. Is there like a way to do that?
Well, a lot of the developers will choose how the protocol moves forward. So that's what happens with Ethereum. A lot of the developers will choose the best way to advance the project. And unless they get a lot of pushback from the community, they will go ahead with the changes they want. So, yeah, I mean, Elon could sort of spearhead some sort of change or movement with Dogecoin, and maybe some developers will actually try and implement those changes. And if the community then agrees that those changes are good, and by the community, I mean the people who are running the Dogecoin nodes, who are actually confirming the blocks on the blockchain, if they go ahead with the changes, then the protocol will change. So yeah, it is possible. As for the speculation of whether Elon's going to do that, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's not something I pay too much attention on.
yeah. Real quick on the node thing, how
Yeah.
how do you go about being a person that does that with the nodes? Being you know, making sure they're secure or whatever. Is that because I'm
Yeah.
not really familiar of the node side or any much of the information about the nodes.
So a node's just basically a computer that runs a copy of the blockchain. So you can think of a node as a person who's got a computer or a server, and that server has a copy of the blockchain on. And then every time a transaction is done on the blockchain, it's picked up by a node who will confirm that transaction is correct, and they will then send that information to the other nodes, and then the block gets mined and added to the blockchain. So when we talk about a node, we just mean people who have downloaded a copy of the blockchain and maintain the blockchain on their individual server or computer.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is that actually helped clarify that a lot for me. But what I'm saying is like, how do you get to being a person who does that? Can anybody just go randomly download the code and now they're a node? Is that how that works, or?
Yeah, exactly. So anyone can download a copy of the blockchain, and I think there's certain like software you need. It's not something I'm too clued up on, but there's
Okay.
certain software you might need to run the blockchain, and then yeah, that's all you need to do. Anyone can do it, but to be a node, it's just important that you have your computer running all the time
Yeah.
if you're going to constantly run that blockchain. So yeah, anyone's able to do it.
And you get
It's slightly
rewarded
different
for
from the
it, don't
miners.
you?
Um,
Or it depends on the project, maybe.
it depends. Yeah, it depends on the way the network's secured.
Okay.
As far as I'm aware, with proof of work with Bitcoin and Dogecoin and those sort of people, it's the mining that's rewarded. So it's mining the next block, and then you get the mining rewards. So you get the new Bitcoin or the new Dogecoin, and you also get the transaction fees
It,
rewarded to you. So the node that mines the next block in the blockchain will be the one that gets the reward, and they will also get the transaction fees for that block. They will then send the block to the other computers who will then validate that block to be correct. Because if they, just to make sure that node hasn't put any false transactions in there. So all these nodes are constantly competing to mine the next block in the chain. So you get rewarded if your node mines the next block, and that's how it works.
okay, so if you're running a node, then you're also mining, basically.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You're probably mining if you want to get any sort of reward. Obviously, you can run a node. A node will just receive information and send information to the next node. But if you want to actually earn some money, you'll be mining on that proof of work network. So on Dogecoin or Bitcoin, for example, or Ethereum at the moment.
Yeah, that's one of the stocks I just looked at is BTCS. They are doing that. They're securing Ethereum nodes, and I think they've got like over 200 or something, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, okay, quite a few.